Hello and welcome to my channel, Breaking the Barriers. Today I am again present with another video, and this video is on Class 10th CBSE Literature topic, The 100 Dresses, Part 1. I'm going to give you a small intro and explanation of the chapter, and I hope this video will help you to understand the chapter in a better way. Before I start the video, I want to request you all. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel. If you like the video, hit the like button and support me. Intro of the chapter. The lesson 100 dresses about a girl named Wanda who claims to have 100 dresses. Her classmates, she's a school going girl, her classmates made fun of her because what she claims is in contradiction to the fact that she was always seen wearing the same dress. She was always seen wearing a blue faded dress, but she claims to have 100 dresses. And both these things are quite contradictory, means they do not gel up with each other. And that is why she was an object of fun for the other classmates. They used to make fun of her, thinking that she is lying every time, saying that she has 100 dresses. Her classmates also found her name to be funny. It was because everyone else has easier names than Wanda Petrovsky. Her name was different because she was a Polish migrant. Migrant means a person who shifts from one country to another permanently with the intentions of settling in that new country. Polish means ones who belong to Poland. During the Second World War, many people from different localities entered America. And Wanda Petrosky was also one of the families of Poland who came to America. Here in this American town, this name Petrosky is quite unusual, and that is why her name is also a subject of humor for everyone else. She was poor and did not have any friends. She was quiet and was always seen sitting in the corner of the classroom. The truth about the 100 dresses unveiled when she submitted her 100 drawings in a drawing contest. They were the same 100 dresses she used to talk about, all of them immensely beautiful. So, this 100 dresses secret, this was revealed later on when there was a drawing competition, and Wanda Petrosky submitted 100 drawings, and these 100 drawings were all the drawings of various different dresses which were extremely beautiful. So you understand these were the dresses about which Wanda is talking. We start with the explanation. Story revolves around a girl named Wanda Petrosky and her classmates Peggy and Maddy who made fun of her. The plot of the story opens up on Monday. Peggy and Maddy did not notice that Wanda was not present. These were the girls who began all the teasing. Wanda generally used to sit in the corner of the classroom where not so academically brilliant and loud guys sat. So the story begins on a Monday when Peggy and Maddy, two classmates, were there in the class and they never noticed that Wanda is absent. Wanda always used to sit in the corner of the classroom with the boys where the academically not so brilliant means those students who are not good at studies, those type of boys used to sit, and loud guys means they were quite undisciplined. Now that was the most dirtiest lot of the class, and Wanda was not like those boys, but still she used to sit over there very silently. Next paragraph. Since Wanda was nothing like those boys, no one ever understood why she sat there. There were only guesses that it is because she came from Boggins Heights and her shoes were usually dirty with all the mud. Now, Wanda used to live in Boggins Heights, and Boggins Heights was a, you can say, backward and financially weak kind of area of that town where poor people used to live. And her shoes were also always dirty. So, due to the background from which she belonged and the type of dress and the type of shoes that she wear, other children used to assume that that is the reason she sits in that corner. People hardly notice her in the classroom because she was always silent. It was only after the school hours when the group of kids used to wait for her to mock, then the thought of her came in their mind. So in the evening, after the school gets over, everybody used to wait for her so that she could come and they could mock for her. That was the only time she was remembered by the colleagues and all. The fact that Wanda was not present on Tuesday as well got unnoticed, but it was on Wednesday that Maddie and Peggy noticed her absent. Wednesday, Maddie and Peggy noticed that Wanda Petrosky is not coming to school two, from 2 days. It was also then when they waited before school to make fun of her, but instead ended up getting late because she didn't show up. So again, as always, they waited before the school that Wanda will be coming and we will make fun of her, we will laugh at her. But Wanda never came, and that is why they got late for school. Peggy was the most famous girl. Now we start the description of these two girls, Peggy and Maddie. Peggy was the most famous girl of the school, always used to wear good and tidy clothes. She always used to sit with the toppers of the class. No one ever got curious about why Wanda was no longer coming to school. All they cared was they couldn't make fun of her. Okay, they are missing Wanda because they are not able to make fun of her. Wanda was a Pole. Pole means inhabitant of Poland or originally belonging to Poland. Pole who had immigrated to America. Her fellow classmates thought that Wanda Petrosky was a strange name because they had simpler and easier American names. It's the case where simply if you are in India and someone with an English name come up to you like saying my name is David, you will be surprised as to what kind of name this is. And you will maybe make fun of that person. Similar is the case with Wanda Petrosky. All the American children who find Petrosky a rare and unusual name are making fun of Wanda every day. They also have a guy named Willie Bounce, who also according to them is an unusual name, but Willie Bounce is not as funny as Petrosky. That is why they tease Wanda more. They found her name to be long and unfamiliar. This shows that those children did not understand diversity, means they have not studied or they have not known people beyond America. That is why any name which is not a regular American name is something unfamiliar for them. And this is done out of thoughtlessness, means no one deliberately tried to tease Wanda. Next, Wanda was usually seen wearing a faded blue dress that did not fit her properly. Though clean, it used to look unironed. Always she used to wear one blue faded dress and it was always clean but never ironed. This shows that she belongs to a poor family and she could not afford many dresses. Ironically, a lot of people talked to her, but she did not have any friends because all of them talked to her in order to make fun of her. Many people talked to her, but nobody could be considered as her friend because everybody used to talk to her with the only intention of teasing her. From her tale about 100 dresses to an unfamiliar name, they found it all amusing. So the 100 dresses that she claims to have, the unusual name that she have, all these things were found amusing by the other kids. When she used to watch little girls play in the ground, it was at that time other students surround her to mock her. She used to watch the little girls playing in the ground, maybe during the break time or the recess time. That was the time when all the students used to surround her, and Peggy, with not the intentions of hurting her, just to make fun of her. Peggy never used to tease her with the intentions of hurting her. She only liked to make fun of her. Peggy used to ask the number of dresses that Wanda has, and they made fun of Wanda because they couldn't understand why she made up the story about the 100 dresses. They did all this while being ignorant of the fact that it could hurt her. They never thought that it is going to hurt Wanda immensely. They always thought that we are just making fun because Wanda is lying. No one would believe her when she said that she possessed 100 dresses all lined up in her closet. Closet means the cupboard. All the other girls screamed in astonishment. The little girls would stop playing in order to see what was going on. So when Peggy used to ask and Wanda used to answer, the other girls used to find it astonishing and they used to mock Wanda like, oh wow, something like that. And all the other girls also used to stop playing and used to see what is going on. Wanda could affirm their queries that she had dresses made of velvet and silk, and she used to leave from there, and they used to laugh at her. It was hard to believe what Wanda said because the only dress she has been seen wearing was the blue one that was already faded. No one was sure as to why she lied. Although they were teasing her, they were never rude to her. Nobody knew why Wanda is lying, but everybody used to think that we are teasing her. Nobody was rude to her. They already used to tease her. Thus, in the same tone, they continued asking her about the number of shoes she said she had, to which she replied 60 each pair, different. And similarly, when she was asked about the shoes, she used to say that she has 60 pairs of different shoes. It was Peggy's idea to embarrass her like that, though she was polite. Peggy and Maddie, the inseparable friends, were the last ones to leave school, while Wanda would go back all alone with her dull eyes and behaved in a strange way. Peggy and Maddie were the last one to leave the school after teasing Wanda, and after them, Wanda used to go away from the school. Peggy was not the mean girl she had been portrayed up until now. So now the writer is saying that Peggy, although I have written that Peggy used to tease Wanda, but the writer wants to clear this thing to us that Peggy is not a mean girl, because now the writer is trying to show us the bright side of Peggy. She saved kids from whoever was hurting them and couldn't stand animals getting badly treated. So Peggy used to save other kids if someone is troubling them. Peggy used to save the animals also. According to her, according to Peggy, she was not being rude to Wanda. She thought that it was weird that Wanda lie every time about the number of dresses that she possessed. And more weird thing is her name. No matter how much they tease Wanda, they never made her cry. So Peggy was not bad at heart. Peggy was always surprised that why Wanda is always lying about the number of dresses she has. And always she was surprised at the strange name of Wanda, and that is why she used to tease her. But they never let Wanda cry. Maddie did not like the idea of making fun of the number of clothes and accessories Wanda possessed, not because she scared about her, but because she was poor herself. Now, whenever Peggy and other students used to tease Wanda, Maggie used to feel bad. Not because she was having a soft corner for Wanda, but because Maddie herself belongs to a poor family and she know how it feels to be poor. She wore clothes that were given to her by someone else, but she was not as poor as Wanda. She did not live in Boggin's Height and did not even had a weird name. Maddie also used to sometimes wear clothes which were given to her by others. She was also poor, but not as poor as Wanda, and she was not living in Boggin's Height. And also, she was not having any weird name. Mary didn't feel very comfortable teasing Wanda, and when Peggy used to ask Wanda those questions, she would silently count the marbles in her hand, pretending to play with them. If that dress game hadn't been invented, Maddie would have never known about the very existence of Wanda. So Maddie never used to be a part of this teasing process whenever Peggy and others used to tease Wanda. Maddie just used to pretend that she was playing with marbles. And if this dress game would not have been invented, means Peggy would not have started teasing Wanda about the dress. Maddie would never have known about Wanda. Wanda was so silent and reserved kind of a girl. She felt uncomfortable not because she cared about Wanda, but because she was worried she could be next. So, see, Maddie didn't care for Wanda. She is afraid that this teasing game could be played on her as well because she is also poor. Although she was not senseless enough to say she had 100 dresses, she still wished that Peggy did not tease Wanda. But Maddie is sensible that she will never lie something like this, that she has 100 dresses or so that the teasing could turn towards her. But still, she did not like the way Peggy used to tease Wanda. Wanda didn't come that day, and after having waited for her so long, Maggie and Peggy got late for school. Maddie was secretly happy, but they could not get a chance to make fun of Wanda. So that day on Wednesday, Maddie is happy that today Wanda is absent, and that is why we have not made fun of her. Deep inside her heart, she is happy. That is why it is written secretly. She was lost in her own thoughts and couldn't study properly. At this time, she kept thinking about writing a note to Peggy telling her to stop making fun of Wanda, which she did right after finishing arithmetic. She wanted to write a note because she knew she did not have the guts to say it on her face. So, after completing the work of arithmetic, Maddie wrote a note to Peggy. And in that note, she has written that Peggy, you should not make fun of Wanda. Now, she didn't have the courage to say this thing face to Peggy, and that is why she wrote it on a piece of paper. While writing the note to Peggy, Maddie shook at the imagination of her being a new target of Peggy and the girls. She was afraid they would ask where she got that dress from, which was actually Peggy's. Maddie's mother got it transformed with new laces and ribbons so that none of her classmates could identify it. But Maddie was, not comfortable by giving this note to Peggy, because she's thinking that if I uh, inform Peggy about this thing that don't tease Wanda and all, maybe other girls could turn to me towards teasing. Maybe they could ask me that where I have got this dress from. And Maddie's dress is actually Peggy's old dress, because I told you Maddie is also a poor girl, but not as poor as Wanda Petrovsky. But Maddie's mother has, changed that dress by adding some new ribbons and laces to the dress so that no student can identify that it is Peggy's old dress. She wished Peggy stopped having fun with Wanda on her own. So she didn't feel comfortable in giving that written note to Peggy, and she only wished that may Peggy herself stop teasing Wanda. Suddenly, she ran her hand through her hair as a gesture to drive away all those thoughts. She said to herself, Peggy is the most liked girl in the room, her best friend, so she couldn't be wrong. Thus, she threw away the note. She was also afraid of losing her friend, Peggy. But later on, she thought that Peggy is the most famous girl of the school and she's my friend also. She can't be wrong. And by thinking all these things, Maddie tore away that note and never gave it to Peggy. After Maddie had cleared her thoughts about confessing to Peggy, she started thinking about Wanda. She thought that Wanda was just another girl living in Boggin's Heights who hardly spoke to anyone. She remembers when Wanda talked about her pale blue dress and jungle green dress paired with the red sash. The girls made fun of her by saying that she's rather look like a Christmas tree in that dress. And now Maddie's remembering one instance when Wanda told everyone about her dress. The dress, which was jungle green in color, paired with a red sash. Sash is a cloth that you wear around. You must have seen the Miss World, Miss Universe type of events. So everybody used to tease her saying that you would be looking like a Christmas tree in that. While thinking about Wanda, Maddie began thinking about the drawing contest in which the boys had to design motorboats and the girls has to design the dresses. Peggy was the obvious winner of that competition because she was the best artist in the room. So there was a drawing competition and Maddie started thinking about that who will win. And according to Maddie, Peggy will win because she was the best artist in the room. She could copy exact pictures and recognizable portraits. Peggy was so skilled that she could copy the pictures exactly and she could make portraits of people which are easily recognizable. She was sure that Peggy would win. The results were to be announced the next day when everyone would know what's what. So the results of the competition. The day when the results went to be announced, it was raining lightly, and thus the two best friends ran quickly to the school without waiting for Wanda because they would go get wet in the rain if they wait for Wanda to tease her. Generally, they used to wait for her at the Oliver Street that led to the Boggins Height, the place where Wanda lived, but they didn't wait that day. Even if it wasn't raining that day, they wouldn't have waited for because the day was crucial when the results were to be announced. So they used to wait at the Oliver Street, and there they used to wait for Wanda. And as soon as Wanda come, they used to start tease Wanda from there till school. But that day, if it would not have rained, still they would not have waited because they were in a hurry to get to know about the results. When the best friends entered the room, Peggy asked Maddie if Miss Mason would announce the results or not, to which Maddie said yes. Maddie told her that she believed Peggy would win, but to their utmost surprise, when they entered the class, there were drawings all over the room, bright and brilliant, that left everyone in awe. These were the drawings for the contest. But when they entered the room, they saw beautiful drawings throughout the class, and these were the drawings which were submitted in the competition. Everybody was dumbstruck by the beautiful drawings. Miss Mason announced the winners after everyone has settled. Among the boys, Jack Bagels had won. He drew an outboard motor which was displayed in room number 12 along with the drawings made by the other boys. Then the teacher talked about the girls' submissions. She mentioned that there was one such girl who had submitted 100 drawings, not one but 100 designs, and each of the design was beautiful, and the judges felt that any of them was worthy of the gold medal. Miss Mason very proudly announced that Wanda Petrosky was the winner of the competition. She here refers to the teacher. She continues and sadly mentioned that Wanda has not been coming since these days, hoping she'd be there the next day. Now teacher announced that Wanda is the winner, but she's also sad that Wanda is not coming to school for the past 2 3 days, and she hopes that Wanda comes the next day to collect the prize. She instructed everyone to look at the flawless collection, to which everyone applauded and whistled. Everybody was, you know, kind of surprised and mesmerized by the beauty of those sketches, and everybody appreciated and applauded Wanda's sketches. Maddie and Peggy even saw the blue dress that Wanda had talked about. It was beautiful. When they used to teach Wanda, Wanda used to describe, like when they used to teach, they used to ask Wanda what kind of dresses you have. And at that time, Wanda used to describe, I have silk dress, velvet dress, and whatever dresses Wanda have described. Today, Maddie and Peggy could see the same dresses in front of them in those sketches. Like one blue dress, they remember that this dress was described by Wanda. It was beautiful. I thought I could draw, which means that the drawings left her in immense admiration. Peggy said that I thought I could draw. That means now Peggy is saying that I believe that I could draw, but looking at these sketches, I can say that I am nowhere close to Wanda as far as sketching is concerned. Peggy is also admiring the beauty of the sketches which are sketched by Wanda Petrosky. So those 100 dresses which Wanda used to talk about were not actually physical dresses, real dresses, but they are actually sketches, 100 sketches of various dresses which are drawn by Wanda. So this finishes the explanation of the first part of the chapter 100 dresses. I will make another video for the second part. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel and support me. Bye for now. Happy learning.